I'm feeling low.
Well, hello there, my lemon drops, and welcome back to the Lemonade Stand, or welcome if you are new. My name is Brianna. I am a certified personal trainer, a big, huge biology nerd, and a registered dietitian to be. We are gathered here today for another installment of me critiquing and reacting to Beachbody workouts, while I educate you all in the process. Before we proceed, if you love science-based health, wellness, and fitness education with some lulz and some dry sarcasm along the way, why not hit that subscribe button and join the Lemonade Stand? I would really love to have you here. Check out my merch store to get yourself some Lemonade Stand gear, or visit my website to check out my fitness guides. All of that stuff will be linked below. Without anything further, let's make lemonade. So this first one is extremely strange, and I personally find it to be an unnecessary extra spin on an otherwise great and normal exercise. So I'm not positive what Beachbody program this is from. I feel like I can hear like a Beachbody coach in the background. I wonder if it's from 645. I feel like that might be a MLM. I feel like it might be, but I'm not positive. I can't be positive. But anyway, so this person is a Beachbody customer / consultant. So it is my assumption that, you know, she is doing a Beachbody workout. So let's talk about it. She's got a dumbbell in her hand, and she's doing like a bent over single arm row, which is great. Fine. There's no possible way anybody could find a way to mess that up, right? Wrong. She's pulling the weight up toward her with good overall form, keeping her elbow in, but upon the descent, instead of just lowering the weight down, she's doing a thing where she's like releasing the weight, like letting it go, but then catching it really quick before it falls. What? So aside from the fact that this is an accident waiting to happen, in my opinion, if someone's doing that with a weight that's too heavy, I can definitely see them potentially dislocating their shoulder because of the way that the weight will, that their arm would kind of jerk down when trying to catch that weight. It's my opinion that this variation of a row is completely stupid and pointless. Leave it to Beachbody super trainers to take just a regular and effective exercise and just add extra stuff to it to just make it more dangerous but somehow less effective. I want to know right damn now which super trainer is responsible for this. Autumn? Amola? Is it you, Megan? Did you do this? Somebody come forward right now. By the way, I have Starbucks. So pulling exercises like rows are excellent for developing your back strength and your muscular definition. Standard dumbbell row primarily targets the lats and the traps, but there's a lot more recruitment of smaller muscles onto your team. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. There's a lot more recruitment of smaller muscles when rowing. Muscles in the back, such as the rhomboids and parts of the deltoids, and even the biceps too. If you are going to row, please just row. There's no reason to be adding bells and whistles like this. I really don't have like an alternative exercise to this, but I am going to show you guys how people who aren't Beachbody super trainers row. So I'm doing a normal person bent over dumbbell row. It's simple, it's effective, and you don't need to add any weird nonsense to it. I'm doing these bilaterally, meaning I'm training both sides of my body at the same time as opposed to one side at a time, which is unilateral training. Key takeaways from rowing: hinge at your hips so you're facing the floor, keeping your elbows in, squeeze the shoulder blades together to pull the weight up to your sides, and slowly lower the weight back down. Do not let the weight jerk your arms back down. If you hear any whining in the background, that sounds like Onyx is probably taking Zeus for a skate. Whenever we take Zeus, Onyx gets very upset without his baby brother. So if you can hear whining, that's Onyx. All right, so here's the next one. So I'm not positive, but I think whatever this is from the newest Beachbody program, 645. I mentioned in a recent video in this series that I've noticed more usage of the glute band in like in workouts from this program. And a couple of you said to me that 645, that glute band comes with the purchase of the program. So a lot of exercises in this in 645 use the glute band. So I checked on this, and this is correct. According to the BOD website, Beachbody On Demand, it says with this program that you'll mostly use dumbbells and a set of what they call power loops, but what I personally, and what every fitness professional I've ever met, calls a glute band. On the website, they say that power loops are, quote, the next generation of resistance bands with a grippier woven texture that helps sculpt, tighten, and tone your body. Y'all just described glute bands. They're acting like this is revolutionary. If you go to Google and type in power loops, different types of resistance bands come up. And also the big bands, which I personally, I call those power bands, come up. And those, you've probably seen people do those like to help with assisted pull-ups. I personally love my power bands. I use them occasionally when I'm working on my pull-up strength. And then if you're on Google and you type in glute bands, then glute bands come up. But Beachbody, for some reason, calls them power loops. Okay, I mean, I call those glute bands, and so does like every other fitness professional I've ever met, but okay. Power loops. Anyway, back to this workout. What the hell's going on here? She's got the glute band around her calves and is hopping back and forth and then hopping on to one leg. What is this supposed to be doing? That's what I don't understand. I don't really get this. I don't understand why the glute band is around her legs like that. It's not really doing anything. If anything, actually, I would argue that it's probably actually limiting her range of motion because it's not allowing her to use her legs more freely. It's restricting her legs. Aside from that, the only other thing I see this doing is getting your heart rate up and increasing your chances of busting your ass, in my opinion. I will now show you an exercise that's not stupid. So I think I'm doing something very close to what she was doing. I've basically just removed the glute band and added squats. All I'm doing is doing 2 jumps to the side, and then I'm dropping down into a bodyweight squat. It's simple and it's effective. I would call this moderate impact, so definitely use caution if you have musculoskeletal issues of your lower body. This is my husband. I'll talk about him in a second. This next one is interesting. When I first saw it, I truly said to myself, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. So this next one we're about to see is a boxing one, and I have little to no experience with boxing related anything, but my husband does. That's this guy. Everybody, this is Ace. We've seen him before. We've seen him before on my channel. He's seen it before, but for the video, he's gonna watch it again, and I'm basically gonna hand him the reins for this critique because he'll have more. He knows what he's talking about more when it comes to this stuff, so I'm gonna let him talk. Okay. So I'm first gonna show you the clip, and you can kind of react to it.
Can you do it on here?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Why is she?
I'll
watch it again. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Boom. She's like trying to set it up off of a jab cross.
Let's talk about what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
At the bottom of the screen, I don't know if you guys can see this because of the blur I'm going to put on it, but it says Superman Punch 1 minute. What's a Superman Punch?
So Superman Punch is essentially a fake. So when you're either gonna throw or you can throw a punch or throw a kick, right? And you want to feign a kick before you chuck, right? So typically you set it off of a jab. So it's gonna be a quick jab, cross. I think that's what she's trying to do.
That was
boom.
Dangerously close to my face.
I'm over here.
It was really close to my face.
It's boom, 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 and then you're setting up the fighter to like block up, and then you fake a kick and chuck forward. So it's like really odd the way she's doing it because she's like telegraphing it on the way out. It's weird.
What's telegraphing?
So she's kind of like putting it down and then going out. If you're gonna do it just for exercise, I guess it doesn't.
I was gonna say that. Now we do have to keep in mind they're not professional boxers.
Yeah, of course.
So this isn't like BOD. BOD means Beachbody On Demand. That's like the database that they have. Well, I didn't expect you to know that. That's the streaming.
Just sounds stupid.
That's the streaming service that Beachbody has.
Wouldn't it be BBOD?
No, because Beachbody is one word.
Either way, it's dumb.
Okay. Yeah, these are not professional. This isn't for like Mike Tyson isn't doing.
Of course,
workouts.
yeah.
So you do have to consider that these people are probably doing it just for exercise. I highly doubt a professional boxer is actually using these.
I'm gonna watch it again. She's doing like a weird jump. It's not a Superman punch. It's just like a jump punch or something. I don't know.
Oh, what she's doing isn't a Superman punch?
Yeah.
You're gonna do it now?
Yeah, so I don't know if you can. Yeah, you can't really see. So typically, it's more like a Muay Thai, almost kickboxing thing, right? So you're gonna kick forward, 2, kick forward, and then what you're gonna do is like fake, right? So you can set it up 1, 2, fake it, and then kick back. What she's trying to do, but she's really just doing like this.
And that's not a thing.
I don't think that's not a Superman punch, man. This doesn't look like it, at least from this angle. You want to.
Oh, so and they call it a Superman punch, I assume, because you're like flying forward.
Yeah, because you're essentially like this.
That's what that guy did the other day, over the weekend. We watched Here Comes the Boom.
Yeah.
He did that in the movie, right? To Kevin James. Right? He did that to Kevin James.
Yes,
I remember you were like, hey, that's a Superman punch.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and it did not look like that.
Yeah, because she's doing like I don't know, she's doing like this. It's odd to me. It just doesn't look right.
I feel like flailing around like that could kind of...
She could fall, man.
Yeah,
honestly.
I feel like that could kind of get dangerous. When they're watching these workouts on BOD, there's like they're watching it. It's a streaming service, so I don't know what super trainer made whatever program this is from, but usually they're on the screen showing a demonstration. So I'd be really interested to see what it looks like them doing it.
What is a knee pull?
I don't know.
Is that part of this?
It says Superman punch 1 minute, knee pulls 30 seconds. I don't know if that's supposed to be a superset.
There's definitely other things that you can do that won't get you hurt.
Do you see it as kind of like unnecessary trauma?
Yeah, for sure. If you're looking to work out, like honestly, I would do almost like a 1, 2, but like step forward with it. So 1, move, baby. 1, 2, step. 1, 2, step. 1, 2, and then like even because if you really want to work your legs, you can start doing like some peekaboo style stuff. So instead of just being rigid like this, you can start moving from side to side. So it can be like 1, 2, step. In there if you really want to.
Sweaty.
Come
He's
up.
getting sweaty.
I was walking the dogs.
Yeah, he was.
You can do a bunch of different stuff than that.
Again, this is the interpretation of a customer/consultant of Beachbody, so we don't know what the actual workout is supposed to look like from the super trainer who's actually showing it on the TV. We don't really know exactly what it's supposed to look like. This is her own interpretation, this person. So that's your input. Yeah. Thanks, baby. Okay, so here is the next one. Okay, so this one I feel like I can actually kind of figure out what's supposed to be going on. I'm not sure what program this is from, but this is a Beachbody customer/consultant showing it. So here we are. So she's doing bent over rows with 1 dumbbell, which is interesting. She's doing like 2 rows, then standing up and twisting her torso, and then kind of twisting to bring the weight kind of upward. I love that top she's wearing. Looks like a black crop top or a bra. It's like twisted in the front. I have a Forever 21 top just like that. I wonder if hers is from Forever 21. That looks really good with those leggings too. Stay focused, Brianna. Anyway, I don't think this exercise is overtly dangerous or even necessarily pointless, but I don't really care for the execution. And I think both of these things that she's doing could be separated. I wouldn't combine them together like this. I would also recommend, if you're doing rows with dumbbells, I would recommend using 2 dumbbells, 1 in each hand, instead of trying to make your hands share 1 dumbbell like she's doing. That's just awkward. I've actually done rows like that before, and it just doesn't feel right at all. It just feels very strange. And then the standing back up to twisting your body too just kind of seems like a tricky thing to roll all into one. So if you guys want to do a compound exercise with a row, then let's do that. I will now demonstrate that. So I decided to combine a bent over bilateral row with a tricep kickback. Remember, it's bilateral because I'm using both arms at the same time. Keeping my elbows tucked in, I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together as I pull the weights up. With my palms still facing inward, I'm doing a tricep kickback. Now to do that, I'm bending only at my elbow as I kick the weights back to work my triceps. When choosing your weight for this, go heavy enough to be a challenge for your back, but not so heavy that you can't nail that tricep kickback. Definitely go slow with these. Do not throw the weight around. Okay, so before we get into the next one, something that's so funny. The thing that this next girl is wearing is really similar to what we saw the last person wearing. She's wearing a burgundy like reddish leggings with a really cute black crop top. All right, let's focus. Oh, this is sad. I'm almost out of Starbucks. I mean, I am out of Starbucks. So there's even more irony in that this person, like the last person, is also doing rows. She is using a dumbbell in one hand and a resistance band in the other hand. And I just really freaking hate it. What is the point of this? You're using two different levels of resistance for unilateral training. And again, as a reminder, unilateral training means training one side at a time, as opposed to the opposite of unilateral training is bilateral training, which would be training two sides at the same time. I would call this unilateral because she's alternating which arm is being pulled up into the row. If she were doing them both at the same time, that would be bilateral. I feel like something like this might be applicable in physical therapy. Like maybe if somebody has severe muscular imbalances on one side and they're building strength on one side of the body to match the other side of the body. I feel like that might be applicable, but I'm not sure. I don't have a physical therapy background, except for the fact that I've done physical therapy before, but that's experience is not education. So if you are a physical therapist, if you're in school to be a physical therapist, if you know anything about physical therapy, chime off in the comments. You know, I should ask my neighbor, because my neighbor is actually getting her doctorate in physical therapy right now. Even if what she's doing has an application in like corrective exercise or physical therapy, for a regular person just wanting to do some back training, I just think that this is really dumb. To use a resistance band in one hand and a dumbbell in the other. There's no reason for that at all. Also, if you know which Beachbody program this is from, please let me know, because I have no idea and I couldn't really find any context. If you want to row but only have a dumbbell or only have a resistance band, then you can make rowing work with either one of those things. If you have both, that doesn't mean you need to use both just because you have them. It's like buying something you don't need just because it's on sale. That's how people wind up with 16 pairs of scissors because they were buy one get one free at Walmart or something like that. You don't need 16 pairs of scissors. You only need one pair. You only have one set of hands, I assume. I just realized there's a lot of rowing in this video, like in today's video. I promise you that's just a coincidence. I did not do that on purpose. I already showed you guys a row with dumbbells, so how about I show you guys like a row with resistance bands, because maybe that's all you have. So let's do that. I feel like I'm always showing you guys rows at least once in these videos. If it starts to get repetitive, by all means, let me know. So I've definitely just showed you guys rows in the last one. This spin is just me using the resistance band. Do I also have a dumbbell? Yes. Am I going to use it to row with my other arm? No, because it's not necessary. You know the drill. Chest down, elbow tucked in, squeeze the shoulder blade in, and slowly pull that weight up, back up towards you, and repeat. All right, here's the last one. When I was first sent this video, by the way, thank you to everybody who sends me stuff. I'm sorry, I always forget to thank you guys. I felt like this one was on the right track of doing like something worthwhile. It's actually kind of reminding me of the first one we saw, in that a super trainer took like a standard effective exercise and added bells and whistles to it just to make it more elaborate for no reason other than to just make you feel like you're doing more work. When I first saw this, I felt like it was just trying to be like a dumbbell curl to a shoulder press, which is a compound exercise that engages multiple muscle groups, which is all well and good. But why have they added this swing to it? At first I thought it was maybe trying to be a tricep kickback, but it's not even that. She's just bending down and swinging the weights back behind her. That's also taking a lot of work off of that bicep curl, because her biceps are barely doing any work to get the weight up. It's momentum doing most of the work to get those weights up because of that swing, not really her biceps. I personally think that this is pointless. Well, not the whole thing. I think that the part about swinging the weights back, I think that part is pointless. This was like really perfectly okay, just being a dumbbell curl to a shoulder press. So yeah, let's do that. I'm basically doing what she was doing. I just cut out that weird swinging back thing they had her doing. I really don't see the point of that. A dumbbell curl to press is simple and most people should have no issues with it. Start with the weights down to your sides to get ready for your curl. Keeping your elbows at your sides, curl the weight up using your biceps. And then to do that switch, I'm just rotating my arms out to the side, then pressing up into a shoulder press. I don't recommend using super heavy weight with this. Going too heavy will cause your form to get sloppy and you can really hurt yourself. In conclusion, I think I said this in a fairly recent video, but I actually offered like a touch of understanding for these super trainers. They have to make like weeks-long programs and they barely have any equipment to work with. And because they have limited equipment, they have to like get creative with the workouts that they do. And sometimes, in my opinion, it leads to just a train wreck of ridiculous workouts. Creativity is important for developing your exercise routine, but you cannot forget about functionality. And that's where I think many of these Beachbody workouts, especially from the newer programs, get really hung up. I've said this before. I think the older programs are actually decent, like the early 2000s, 90s programs. I think they actually weren't that bad, honestly. But it's these newer ones that are just like, I don't know, I just feel like they're just kind of starting to leave functionality by the wayside and just kind of throwing a whole bunch of crazy shit at the wall to build a workout program. And I think part of it, honestly, yes, I'm having some sympathy for super trainers. I think part of it is that they're just running out of ideas. They have to figure out what to do when all they have is a set of dumbbells and a body. And there's only so much you can do. Choose your workout programs wisely. Choose your trainers wisely. Understand that more isn't necessarily better. Just because somebody is shredded doesn't mean they know what they're talking about. Just because somebody has the title of a super trainer, that doesn't mean anything. It's just a title that they're given. And oh yeah, just because you buy a starter pack doesn't mean you're a coach. Thank you. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so very much. Like this video if you liked me, subscribe to my channel if you loved me and if you want more shenanigans. Yeah, I think that's about it. Once again, check out merch for lemonade stand gear and visit my website to check out my fitness guides. And again, all that stuff will be linked below along with my PO box and other things. Follow me on Instagram and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Oh, hey baby. Hey baby. Come here. Come here. There she is. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Look how pretty she is. You want to talk to the people? It's just me. It's just us girls in there right now. This is Alpha, and she's a girl, by the way, everybody. People always think she's a boy, but she's a girl, right? People misgender you all the time, but you're a pretty lady. Say bye, because you are so pretty. Alpha, why do you always have to give me an attitude on camera? Are you going to say bye? The camera's about to overheat. You better say something. Come here. Come here. You want to say bye? What are you doing? She's being so weird right now. Do you want to say bye? You want to say bye? Say bye.